Good afternoon, Facebook fans. My name is Molly Koshina. I'm the press attaché here at the U.S. Embassy in the Philippines. As you can see, we're in a new space right now. We're at the New American Center here at the Embassy, and I want to wish you a happy Pride Month. As you can see, we have a flag. We're celebrating Pride Month here at the Embassy. We even have one posted out in front of the Embassy for all to see. So we're super excited this month. I have two consular officers with me, Bernadette and Courtney, and they're here to answer questions about the K-1 non-immigrant visa and how same-sex couples might be able to use this visa for their marriage and their future plans. Courtney, Bernadette, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you so much for having us.
Yes, this is great.
And happy Pride Month.
Absolutely. Happy Pride Month.
Thank you for supporting the Embassy's effort to get more information out. Visas are always an interesting topic for the Filipino public, but the idea of a same-sex fiancé visa is also kind of a new topic for a lot of folks. So thanks for talking about it today.
Sure.
Facebook fans, don't forget to type in your comments down below. And be sure, if you're tweeting, be sure to use a hashtag US Embassy Insider as you send your tweets out. So we received questions from Facebook fans, and I'm going to share the questions with you, and you guys can just answer and let them know kind of what's going on.
Perfect.
Super. So the first question, just for a little background, what is the K-1 visa?
Oh, okay. Well, generally it's a non-immigrant visa that is used for an American to petition their foreign for a foreign citizen to fiancé, I guess.
Okay.
Yes, into the United States.
Okay. So it's non-immigrant, though, so it's not for immigration purposes.
Well, it is. However, the couple will be married within 90 days of the non-immigrant fiance's arrival into the United States, thus
Okay.
becoming a legal permanent resident.
Yes.
Perfect. So it's for fiancés only,
Yes.
but they have to get married within 90 days of arriving in the United States.
That is
Correct.
Wow, 90 days to plan a wedding.
They can always plan ahead. I mean,
Yes.
most couples do. They think about where they want to do it, how they're going to
Beach,
do it. Yeah,
mountains.
exactly.
Dresses.
Civil dresses.
I
Who's going to
Perfect
come?
couples.
How exciting. So what's the process? It says an American citizen has to file the petition.
Yes, an American
Correct.
citizen.
What's the process for filing that petition?
Well, the best place to look for this information on it actually is, we have a couple of different websites. One is travel.state.gov. There's a very clear step-by-step process after the filing of the petition. The embassy website here for Manila actually also has Philippine-specific information, so I would point folks to look there directly for the step-by-step information on how to file for the petition. Because you file first, you pay the application fee, you come in for an interview with a friendly officer like us, and then it is printed and sent to you if you do qualify.
Excellent. And Facebook fans, we will put those websites in the comments so that you can see them, so don't go away. So what documents are needed?
Well, I mean, as with many non-immigrant or most immigrant visas, there are a lot of documents that we require, but I mean, a lot of them are really basic, like your passport. We're going to need to see, we have a 2x2 photo of you, so that we can see the face to the name.
Sure.
We're going to need documents like photos, like a proof of relationship.
Okay.
So we love to see the story evolve, from when you first met to, how it is now. Photos, chat logs, things like that.
Your certificate of no marriage from the PSA showing that you are eligible to marry. If your petitioner has ever been married before, we would need to see those divorce documents. We ask for birth certificates.
Yeah, birth certificates. And of course the NBI clearance, just to make sure that, there's nothing that we need to be aware of. If the K-1 petitioner is bringing their children, either from the marriage, or I guess from another marriage or relationship, we would just need to see birth certificates for that as well, and any other documents, medical reports for all of the applicants as well.
Wow. Okay, so it's a fair amount of preparation.
Right.
Yes.
There's a good checklist of all of the documents that need to be brought over. And one point to add to that helpful layout is that for the NBI clearance, make sure you get your clearance under every name that you've ever had on an official document.
Yeah.
Even if it was misspelled on your birth certificate,
Yes,
a name was
exactly.
added, a name was changed, it has to have every single name that you've ever used on an official document.
So, I mean,
That's
this
good to
considers
know.
The birth certificate, any marriage certificates
Mm-hmm,
from beyond, anything that has been in the government, any government-issued document that you have, any name, even if it's like, Maribel, with a Maribel. And then one way it's spelled Maribel, Marybel. We'll need all of those variations just to make sure that we can clear every name.
You know, that makes sense, but I wouldn't have thought about it.
That will save a lot of time and help expedite the process.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the fiancé visa, 90 days, we know the documents, but can same-sex couples apply for K-1 visas?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The process is exactly the same. I mean, a couple is a couple, as long as one is an American citizen, the other one is a foreign citizen. Basically, we're just looking to see that that American citizen is going to marry that foreign citizen.
And so the
Exactly.
requirements are the same?
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Okay, one person sent in an email that said, "My annulment is not yet finalized. Can I still apply for a fiancé visa with my new partner?"
No.
Okay.
Yes, so both the petitioner in the United States and the beneficiary in the Philippines must be free to marry legally. If the person is still married here in the Philippines, the annulment must be finalized in order for that person to marry.
Okay. Now, another question that came in was, what proof of relationship do you want for a same-sex relationship?
The same things that we ask from any relationship, any couple. So again, as I mentioned, photographs together, chat logs, cards that you've sent through the mail, things like that. Just anything that you feel that you've shared in the time that the couple has been together that would show
Exactly.
that they're together.
Emails, gifts. Some of these are quite touching to look at, actually. Photos of the proposal or photos of when you first met, or it can be a very interesting timeline of the relationship together that can be very touching.
I bet.
Yeah.
And do you look at all of the documents that people bring?
Perhaps not all of them in terms of the proof of relationship, but we go through them until we are satisfied that it is a bona fide relationship.
Great. Another question that came in was, this person has 2 children from a prior relationship. Can those children be part of the petition?
Absolutely. Okay. As long as the relationship between the child and the beneficiary, the fiance that's being petitioned, is a valid one, and they can prove that by birth certificate or legal adoption, then absolutely, we just need to see proof of that, and they can be included onto the petition. But do make sure that they are included on the petition, because we need to make sure that they are recorded so that we can issue them their visa. They don't necessarily have to go with the petitioner during that first, if the not the petitioner, the beneficiary.
Okay.
They don't have to go right away, but we want to make sure that they're able to go, once they're ready.
Exactly.
Perfect. So are there travel agencies that can help people get the documents, and is there any assurance that they will get a visa?
No and no. So we have no official travel agency that is affiliated with the U.S. Embassy, and we caution folks against that because there are many scams out there, and we want to dissuade people from being taken advantage of. So no, the best place to look, again, are those websites, travel.state.gov, the U.S. Embassy in Manila, USCIS. All of these have the best information, so I would be very cautious when using an outside agency.
That is also good to know.
It's a very complicated process, and for somebody who's never done it before, it could be very daunting and intimidating. But it's really important that they understand, the process and how it works, so that they can be able to be successful at the interview and answer the questions, be relaxed, because they know what they need, and they know what's going to be asked of them.
I think you just hit the nail on the head where most people are sort of the most worried. You said it's daunting and it's nerve-wracking.
Sure.
What about the interview? What are some tips or ideas for a better interview process?
Well, just want to keep in mind that the consular officers that are interviewing are there to facilitate their issuance of their visas. Okay, so what we look for is that, they're being honest and that they're answering the questions that we're asking, the things that we need to know. Courtney?
Exactly. Relax. Just take a deep breath. Be well organized. Many people come in with a big binder with everything very tabbed and organized, and that's helpful. If they have all of their documents, they have that checklist, they can relax and take a deep breath. And as Bernadette said, we're there to help facilitate the process. We're humans just as they are, so we can work through that. And then I think be honest, as she said. Walang secreto.
Yeah.
So be honest, don't hide anything, and that's the quickest and most efficient way to get your visa.
Well, I mean, you both seem like not scary people, but still, it's a
Right.
big process, and it's an important life step.
Absolutely.
And I think that it is natural to be nervous. I think your idea of having everything organized
Right.
would help that.
And we understand that folks come in and they are nervous, and it's a weird setting, and it's a process coming through the embassy, and you have to leave your electronics at home, and it
Yeah.
is. So we understand that.
It's a long day. And
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you know what? Things happen, and we don't. Some people don't have all their paperwork with them,
Right.
and that's okay. We just need to know that as much information as they can give us. If there's something more that we need from them, we will let them know, and they can submit it afterwards. But however, the fastest way to avoid any delays is to just have everything there the first
Right.
time around.
prior planning. Fantastic. So the last question that we have today, I think, is fantastic. Can we get married at the U.S. Embassy?
Wow, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Yeah.
We love weddings.
Yeah. However, consular officers are not, I guess, what is that? Trained or able, authorized,
Legitimate, no.
To, yeah, to I guess facilitate a marriage at the
Right.
embassy. So that's something that would have to happen in the United States. Hence
Wow.
the fiancé visa.
Exactly. Any last tips or thoughts that you'd like to share with our viewers?
Let's see.
Do look again at all of the information we have
Yeah.
on there. It's very well organized. Remember that you can go through this process. Many people have done it. Be as well organized and honest as you can.
Yeah. I think that just being able to answer the question. So if anything,
Yes.
even if you don't know the answer, to be able to communicate, and we have translators too if needed, but definitely to just give as much of a full answer as possible because, that's just going to show your true story come through.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so very much for joining us today and for sharing all of this really useful information on K-1 non-immigrant visas and how actually there is no difference
Exactly.
for same-sex
Absolutely none.
couples. We really do appreciate it. Unfortunately, we're running out of time for the day. Thank you for joining us. If there's anything else that you would like to know, please place your comments down below. We've posted the links. You'll be able to find all of the information on the sites that Bernadette and Courtney mentioned earlier. But do ask questions. We're happy to answer them. Also, in celebration of Pride Month, we are coming out to celebrate love in all forms. So share with us your story of how you met your partner by using the hashtag #HomecomingOut. Stay tuned as well. We have a short video coming up next week about a love story and homecoming out. Lastly, be sure to follow us at U.S. Embassy Manila on Instagram and Twitter. We look forward to engaging with you and hearing your thoughts as well. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye.